Trek, I just transferred to Brown. I have a bunch of pre-med and econ credits. Which do you think is safer in the future? Safer? Pre-med. Pre-med for sure. You have to really like econ if you're gonna do econ. Econ, it can take you a lot of directions. Econ's a pretty good, safe, overall business adjacent major. It's one of the more, I guess, like, I would trust it more. I think econ takes some effort. Pre-med's great. I've been looking at the job figures. I don't want to spoil too much for predictions, but I've been looking at the job figures. You know how they say unemployment's real low? It is, if you don't look too closely at it, you see all these layoffs, you're like, well, what jobs are growing to counterbalance these layoffs? And the two areas that are growing are medical and government jobs. Basically jobs that are in the government because they're spending like crazy, and then more medical stuff. And so everything else is contracting. So yeah, you're good for medical is what I'm saying. Is law future proof? Listen, man, nope. I can't give you an honest answer on that because law is one of the ones that are like, especially at the entry level, most prone to disruption by AI because it can search through all the documents and find things and write agreements and all that stuff. But I have no idea. Right now it's more like an enhancement for a human, let alone not really a replacement. You're asking me to like predict exactly how fast all that stuff grows, and I don't know. I can't tell you. But it's spooky for sure if you're a brand new lawyer, as opposed to someone who's got clout and success and is connected. Do you ever see AI taking over a job that you do with your hands, for example, a trade job? In the long run, I see AI taking over all jobs. Basically, every bit of human activity can be better done by a machine eventually. You're saying long run? If you're asking me if like in the next 80 years I see that, yes, I do. But I don't know sooner or later. But I do, in like the real shortest term, like say 10, 15, 20, I think it looks more like creative white collar jobs are more prone to disruption by AI than blue collar work with your hands jobs. Because robots are expensive and humans are relatively cheap, which is crazy. People did not, like, science fiction did not predict that. But that's how it's playing out, which is odd. I mean, yeah, it's spooky. Though one thing, I think I've talked about this before, there's a really good short story, and I can never remember the name of it. I read it a long time ago that stuck with me forever. But like, one thing that I don't think people are talking enough about is like AR goggles on humans who are being coached by AI to do their jobs. So that way they don't need a robot. Imagine like if you're working McDonald's, right? And there's just a headset you have to wear, and the AI is telling you exactly what to do moment by moment. So it's like, do this, go here, do this, clean the bathroom, do this, stop, take a break, do this. And like that is a spooky thought. That it's like, it reduces all of the cost of robots and the robot breaking down, but it uses AI to basically control the person minute to minute. That's scary. I think that's spooky. The story really unsettled me, and I haven't seen like hardcore evidence that a company wouldn't try that. That's warehouse work right now. Exactly, dude. Amazon is as close to doing that as you can be for a warehouse worker, and it's like, why wouldn't Burger King do that? Why wouldn't it? So I don't know. It's annoying because it posits a future where we have technology good enough to at least replace these jobs people don't really like to do, but we're using humans because they're cheaper. That's kind of fucked up. Hey, Sherrod, can you get me a job at Twitch, bro? I'm sorry, but not to be crass here, but even people at Twitch can't get a job at Twitch. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking laying off half the company. If you are like graduating right now and you're like, I want to get a job in the games industry, be prepared for a real shit season, okay? Be prepared for a real shit time. The layoffs were fast and they were furious and they were not family, okay? Everyone's got hit. It's a real winter. I think the hiring will be slow. You're gonna encounter a lot of ghost jobs. You're gonna encounter a lot of like 10,000 applicants for one role. It's gonna be bad. That's my experience. I mean, that's my impression of the next 2 years. Thoughts on China lowering reserve ratio? China is doing a bunch of things, including a bunch of stimulative actions to try and get their stock market back up, including lowering their reserve ratio, including banning short selling, including a big bazooka of stimulus coming. They're doing a lot of things, similar to America in '07 after our real estate troubles, to try and get the market back up. Remains to be seen if it'll work, but if it does work, ironically, Chinese stocks will end up being a pretty solid investment because they should bounce back because of the stimulus. I don't know. I've been reading about it, but I couldn't give you a hardcore. Are the layoffs hitting all industries or mostly tech? It's hitting tech and the gaming industry pretty hard. The two areas that are growing or like net hiring are government jobs and healthcare. Those two are like a huge component of when they say like we gained X amount of jobs this month. Like you look into it and that's what it is. If those are areas you are interested in working in, but like the private sector generally is slowing or doing full-on layoffs. People do not realize you just need to have been born in 95 and have been a loser. So you bought a house in 2019 at 0 interest, but pre-price hikes. I don't know why millennials bitch so much. You are like an extremely rare example. You are someone who's born in 1995, but had enough money for the down payment on a house. I mean, you're pretty young to get a house and you got it in 2019, but I do agree that you hit the jackpot. Buying pre-pandemic while interest rates were still low is the ultimate GOAT move because now you have really low payments. Your house is appreciated in value a fuck ton and you're sitting pretty. Yeah, it's great. Good for you. The real thing is just to be born in 1967 and then all houses are fucking cheap, even on a 1 income salary. And you get a house and over the next 40 years of your life, it continually rises in value along with all of your retirement stocks. Everything you buy just generally trends upward after 30 years of low interest rates. First time chatter, let's bring up the vibe. Okay, what do you want to talk about? I don't have to talk. Listen, I like this stuff, but I don't have to talk about it. I'll talk about whatever you want. I'm in a good mood. I'm down to talk about whatever. I can talk about fucking anything, bro. I don't got to talk about economics. Any tips for paying off loans? I'm not a huge Dave Ramsey fan, but I think he is helpful to a lot of people. I can't argue that for like getting in a mindset of I'm gonna pay off my fucking loans. I think for paying off your loans, there's that, is it the waterfall method where you just pay off the highest interest one first? You just focus everything on that, then go to the next one and you try to get small wins. I think that's good. Snowball. I keep calling it waterfall. It's snowball method. I think you should look that up and look into it. If you have a bunch of different debts from different areas, I think that's worked for people. Also, I don't want to sound insensitive, but like oftentimes it can be easier to grow your income more than like cut your expenses. Like growing the numerator here is actually easier than trying to like cut every single expense down to like penny pinching. Especially, I don't think most people are avocado toasting their way out of a house. And so I think cutting every little joy and living off rice and beans to like, I don't know, is the best way. And I think you can often find interesting other ways to make a little extra cash. And definitely, you know, I mean, this is not a great time to do it, but generally you should like keep an eye out for other jobs in your field, even if you have a good job right now, just to like, it's one of the best ways to get a raise. Hey Trip, I'm planning on freelancing web dev straight out of college. If I remember correctly, you did that too with esports writing. Any tips? Any tips is don't do it for esports writing. Yours sounds way better, bro. Esports writing freelance out of college. Tell me that's a good idea. Thank God it worked out, bro. Holy fuck, I was broke. Yeah, I think you're in a better spot. Just found out the interest rate for my loan went from 2.75% to 7% in the span of 1.5 years. I guess you do not have a fixed rate loan. Sounds like you're not American. Ooh, we caught him, boys. Lunar Abyss, not American. That was your first mistake. First mistake. Should have gotten a 30-year fixed in America. American, but living in the UK. Oh God, by choice? That's almost worse, you traitor. You Benedict Arnold? Oh my God, dude. Wow, how's that red coat feel? No, you said not by choice. I'm kidding. It sucks. I mean, you're not the only person in the UK dealing with that. All those adjustable rate mortgages are fucking hitting right now, and mortgage payments are way up. It sucks ass.